am so excited. This is the most diverse deck I've ever seen. I'm so excited and I won't hide it. The Witch's Wisdom Tarot, a 78 card deck and guidebook by Phyllis Corot. Artwork by Danielle Barlow. Oh, to the point where it just showed me the cards, you know. So I leave timestamps of like I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'll leave timestamps of whatever I choose to do. Two witches, an American Wiccan high priestess and an English hedge witch, spent a year journeying into other realms together. The wisdom they received led them to create a radical new interpretation of the tarot for these times, and it's so good. It's so good. Okay, like the timing. I've watched 2 videos that are like an hour long, just of the creator Phyllis talking about the deck and the process, and it's just so wonderful. I actually bought this first for my best friend, and then now I'm so excited to have one as well, because I wasn't sure if I wanted it because the drawings are so simple, the imagery, and in the beginning I was turned off by that because I wanted it to be more realistic and more like amazing, if that makes sense, in its artwork, that it was more extravagant, I feel is the best word. And this is so simple and almost like child book-ish. It's still beautiful. Obviously I wouldn't have gotten it if I didn't think so, but yeah. Unlike traditional tarots, which guide the seeker to enlightenment by leaving the earth behind, they were shown a tarot for the earth, offering a profound and magical journey into the world, not out of it. And I love it. And it's so resonant with my focus for this year, which is really just embodying your divinity, like experiencing your divinity in the physical form, realizing that you are a spiritual expression as a physical being, you know? I'm so excited. And sometimes we can like seek spirituality for the same reason someone would seek drugs, you know, to avoid, escape, exist outside of or beyond your hurt and pain and suffering. And it's understandable for sure. It's not something to judge. We can easily judge ourselves for it though. Yeah. I think it's important to hold space and be as loving towards ourselves as possible in the process of discovering ourselves, because that's really, I think, what self-love is about. Being able to see the beautiful and the ugly. Oh my god, this is so beautiful. I'm so excited. Yes, yes. Okay. Whoa. It smells like paint. The book looks so nice. This looks really nice. Like got some good quality over here. Let me see, where's the focus? Do you see it has like a matte situation? And it's soft, but it's also firm. The pages are a little bit glossy-ish. I would have preferred like real paper, but I mean, it's beautiful. Yeah, this is one of my favorite illustrations. It's so simple. Yeah, you'll see it in the cards. It's so simple and beautiful. The book is smaller than I thought it would be though, but it's still beautiful. And I've heard some readings from it, just hearing someone read the book, and I already know that it's beautifully crafted. Sometimes you don't need a lot. It's like a seed. A seed has a whole forest within it if you know how to use it, treat it. Okay, under the right conditions. And then there's this in here. It's a beautiful box. I personally like to keep the boxes. And then there's a bag as well. It's so cold here. You can see the The deck is a bit cold. You can't really see it, but... And it's a big, beautiful size. I actually want to test it next to my Mystical Shaman Oracle. Okay, this is so perfect because the last card that I got from the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck is the Sorcerer. And I personally see myself more as a sorcerer than a witch. I resonate more with the word sorcerer, sorceress, whatever. So let's see. Size comparison. Yeah, they're a bit, I feel like the Witch's Wisdom seems like a teeny tiny bit bigger by like 0.5 millimeter. It feels like, yeah, teeny bit bigger. Or is it the same size? That's fun. And then in comparison with, I think the Patch Tarot has like a standard size. So you can see in comparison. There. Just put it in the middle. It's, I think, maybe easier to see. Back there. It's so beautiful. I love the color, the deep blue with the yellow, and then there's thorns. It's like a compass of growth, and the growth of a rose bush in all these different directions. Yeah, because sometimes we think that we're only growing one direction, but we're multidimensional beings, you know? We grow in all directions. And at the same time, we can still focus on certain directions. Oh my god, I love it. Okay. So we're starting with the Ace of Air. And what Phyllis was saying is that she starts with the air because that's where, as a witch, you start by casting spells. And that's like in relation with the element of air. So this is based on elements, which I absolutely love because it brings things to like a more, I feel like it's easier to relate with the elements naturally than to the courts of typical tarot decks where you have like air is represented by swords, because I don't really resonate with swords as the essence of awareness and the mind as deeply as I do with air. And I really like that it's a harp representing music, notes. I resonate with that as the beginning being movement, the movement creating sound, music, the awareness, the perception of hearing the sound, and then this balance of reflection that eventually has created all that we are and all that we see and all that we are in the creation of. I love the bones. And I love that there's a spider there, the weaving of the web. Because the spider carries its purpose, its profession, you know? It's like, it's making a living off of what it has within it. So I know often spiders are like something people say eek by, but symbolically they're beautiful. Yeah, I still shudder if I see a huge spider, but I'm learning to appreciate them. And I love that there's like a star. I really see the stars almost like a reminder that we're so much more than what we might feel like sometimes as physical beings, that there's more beyond. It's like a promise of where we're going, but also of where we've been. Sometimes I see stars in the sky as the petals, the small stones that Hans would put on the ground in Hansel and Gretel. It's almost like the footprints of us, of creation, beautifully canvassed above us. but the same can be said for a seed that grows from the ground. Like, this deck is for me. Can you tell? Like, I love it. It's poetic, it's natural, it's powerful, simple, and so divine. Love it. Ace of Air. I love the grass as well, the simple blades of grass. Unity is what I feel from that, and like how we're so much stronger when we stand together. Like, if you have one blade of grass versus a whole field of grass, and it's so, yeah, beautiful, simple, yet so powerful. It's what I feel with this one, Ace of Air. The spark of an awareness that has evolved into, like I said, everything that is. Ah, it's beautiful. Two of Air. I see both a brain here and lungs. Breath. I love the hedgehog. I really love that there's some flowers and plants in these images. I feel like this could be good together with the Herb Crafter's Tarot as well, which I have my eyes on. But this one definitely came first for me. And there's the two birds up there. What's this one? Three of Air. Whoa, look at the storm going on down here. It's like getting up for, it could be also escaping, getting up for safety. It's also togetherness here, taking the lead, being in a group community. I like the grayness. But it can also be like that, the being engulfed by the weather. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to be, okay, it's so thick. I just need to put some down. Ah, and it's my favorite. Okay, let me show you that one. Eight of Water. I love turtles. I love this so much. Okay, let's just put that down for now and then continue. And I think maybe these are, I was gonna say nettles, but they have some white flowers, so I don't know. I love it. Oh my god, I love it so much. This feels like a deck I'd like to have like its own notebook for. But I won't, because I already have this huge mammoth of a journal that it would be nice to add this in. And it's so fun because when you journal and you just, at least for me, the way I function and the way I think and am, it's so nice to put everything in one book. I do have other books for like work specific things and like self-work specific things, but when I just have something in my being and then I draw a little bit or write about it. Let me show you actually. Like, I drew this stuff yesterday, which I don't consider myself a great drawer, but I still wanna, I enjoy it, so I wanna play more with it. Got this going on, and I don't know how much I can share. Okay, yeah, I can share. I did some notes on the Witch's Wisdom before getting it, and then like when I just play with drawing and writing all in the same place, even if I'm doing one thing and then I start doing something completely different, it's beautiful to see how it all relates one way or another and things build on each other. You might be doing two things that you think are completely unrelated, but when you put them in the same place and you reflect on it, you'll be able to see, wow, these things are actually building on each other in this way and that way, and you gain even more awareness through that process. So I recommend doing that if you like to read between the lines and discover magic in the simple things. Four of Air. This is Bear. So simple. A little bit sad as well to me. I feel like I remember hearing something about safety with the bird and the nest up there. I think it's an eagle. High above the ground. There's a bareness here. Simplicity. Ability to see as well. Like, you have to have a sense of security to be so out in the open. There's a vulnerability in that, but also a strength. Because it's like you're not trying to hide amongst a bush of trees. It's like you're on the top of the hill also, but it's very subtle. Subtle leadership to me is what I'm getting with this. And authenticity. When you put yourself out there, it can feel so vulnerable and so like you're naked. Like you're just, yeah. Five of air, protection. Wow. It's so different energies because this one to me feels welcoming. You know what? I think I heard an owl last night. I was writing and then I heard these woo-hoo, woo-hoo. And I was thinking it might be the doves or pigeons because they're pigeons flying around in the area and they often sit outside on the phone or electrical cords out here. But I haven't heard them before. So I was like, no, I feel like it must have been an owl. I would love for it to have been an owl. Yeah, this mixed messages here. Because this one is like welcoming, almost receptive, like sitting, almost awaiting you. Whilst this one is like, who are you? What are you doing here? I'm protecting. Don't think I won't. Don't test me. Like, we're not playing out here. Yeah, it's like here, if someone comes, this bird has already seen you from a mile away. Whilst this one, they're less likely to have seen you because there's more stuff going on. They seem more secluded and protected by the bushness. But I also sense like they've known that you were in the forest already. I don't know. Maybe not this one, but this one seems like it already knew. This one might have been distracted by I don't know what they're called, owlings. Six of air. I love the mistiness. The fox in the background, beautiful swans. The dangers, potential dangers. But also a sense of security, unity. And the water can also represent a coming together because water holes they often have different animals coming to them, drinking the water, and it's like a place of truce almost. That's beautiful. Like there's a dignity in that. Like we're all here drinking water because I've seen images of lions and zebras drinking next to each other, I feel, and they're all just, it's like not a time to eat, if that makes sense. There's a time, like there's a respect in that. I love it. So it could represent that, but it could also represent curiosity from the fox's side. Maybe the fox is feeling lonely, seeking family or unity as well. And the swans might be swimming away, like, cause afraid of the life of their babies. Like there's so much that could be going on. Six of air. Seven of air. This is like it's a thing. I don't know what it is, but it's like there was someone I was watching that has been doing witchcraft, and she was saying that she called this something. I don't know what it is. Collection of feathers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this also feels like unity and diversity, like all the different ones that share the same space, that have been in the same place. Our ability to let go of parts of us that it is time for us to let go of. like these wings. Imagine a bird trying to like keep their wings that have fallen off with them. That would be hard, like in correlation with doing all the things that they want to do. And then the path in the background here. Our journey through life, our journey. 8 of air. I like this. It's very clean. You see the snowy mountain in the background. Beautiful. So beautiful. Majesty. I want to say kinship. I don't know how that resonates, but yeah. I'm getting a lot of beauty from this with the flowers, the simplicity, clear, fresh air, perspective. It's like you've gained a sense of awareness that there's a sense of accomplishment as well with this one. Like you're overviewing, supervising the growth that has been going on, the seeds that have been sown and that have bloomed. Nine of air. This image to me feels sticky and itchy and buzzy and like uncomfortable. 9 of air. Whoa, look at the flower there that's rotting. Or perhaps it's the essence that the bees are able to, that the bees are attracted to. Barrenness comes to mind, and yet fruition in a barren place. Collaboration with all the bees. I love the different perspective, like there's some big ones coming towards and then the small and the... Sometimes I kind of see this as like a head and then the horns. Such an interesting image. I think it's good though to not love every single image in a deck, to feel a little bit uncomfortable by some of them, because that's gonna do the most work, you know, when it relates with different parts of us in different ways. Ten of air. This one feels noisy, like I feel like I can hear the sounds of birds from this. This is beautiful. And I'm curious, to know what's going on. Where they come from, where are they going, what are they doing? There's a really calm energy I'm getting from this. Like I feel like it's landing. It's about to land right now. But that could change, like another time I could watch it and feel like you're flying or something else. It's almost like it stopped to look at these things. Yeah, it's not quite a landing, it's more of a like just almost like it came down doing a couple flaps to just observe before going up again. And it's like these are aware that that's what it's doing, or they are aware that it is doing something different, and it's almost like they followed, and then when they saw that it wasn't something that they were interested in, then they continued kind of. So it's like, again, unity and diversity, this sense of community, but also the individual within the community, the space that we have and create for each other, and the connections that we share and the ways that we fulfill each other's needs. Fun. Messenger of air. That's beautiful. I feel a loving energy from this. Again, unity and diversity, like we're in this together. Sense of brotherhood or kinship comes to mind again. Yeah, wow. The ear here is pointy, so it's not really human. It's more like an elven kind of character. Wow. So beautiful. It's like someone answered the call. That's what I feel with this. Like there was a need for assistance or something, and the energy, it was so strong that the energy was able to form a physical being that was able to assist in whatever. Messenger of air. Messenger of witch. I love, like, this is the most diverse deck I've ever seen in my entire life, and I'm here for it. I love it. Love it. I love this, like the colors here, the movement, the pattern in the background. It's a beautiful deck, a beautiful card. I'm just now seeing that she has wings, but it's almost like a cloak. Oh my god, I love it. I love the femininity of this one as well. It could be like a feather, but also a tree or a branch. I don't know if you can see that. And then like the footprint there looks like the footprints on the grass there. The fallen leaves. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. I love the top as well. I love the headpiece, I love everything about it. Witch of air. Craftsman of air. Oh my god. It's so good. It's so good. And it's so up my, like, I love the magicness about it, and again the simplicity, how it's just bringing what is in mind or awareness to closer to physical form through writing, through like playing with that which is beyond the physical and the physical, and playing with the two. That's what I feel with this. Oh my god, I love it. I love the books, I love the everything. Goddess of air. Back to the spider that has within it all that it needs to feed itself, to I love it. It's like weaving the web of creation, the web of connections. Some are like cut, some are she's in the process of making the thread. Oh, it's like accounting as well. With that. Can you see that? And it's back to the starry sky in the background there from the first card. Whoa, that's so trippy. Imagine that each thread here, within it, it's like the way you see it is like it's just a simple thread, but if you were to look inside the one strand of thread, you would see that it has its own pattern that creates what you see as that one thread. Whoa! And I feel like that's how it is, like, I love it, I love it. Okay, next element, we got the fire. I'm getting hungry, so I'm probably not going to be going so much in depth into all of these. If you would like me to, feel free to share your desires and wants in the comments, and I'm very likely to feel inspired to share more. I love this deck so much. I'm excited to dive into it. Ooh, I'm about to dive in. Whoa, splash. I love the sun in the background here. And then it's like, it's very crafty, but it's still also so, oh my god, ancient. And I love the evolution that I'm seeing in this, because you have the simple fire down here. Let me just look at it real quick properly. Yeah, and there's not a real sense of form at the bottom here, which represents for me the formlessness that fire emerges through and from. And then you have the simplicity of the logs on fire there, very primal. And then you have the cauldron, which is an evolution of our usage or our relationship with the fire. And then from the cauldron as well, you have this thing, which I feel like is when you're working with metals. Go up there. And then that we just, I feel, came out of the Iron Age, did we? And now we're in the Age of Information. I don't know. Something like that. Oh wow, I saw this as the sun. But now I'm seeing that it's actually like a fireplace for stones. It's an arch situation. Whoa. And I love this one. They call it the Ouroboros. The it goes on and on. Keep on rocking till the break of dawn. On and on. And when I was talking with Kenneth about this card, we were saying how it's a unifier. Unifier. Being around the fireplace, being around the bonfire, dancing, eating, connecting. Yeah, it's beautiful. 2 of Wands. We got some snakes. Snakes in the grass. Ooh, a very open space, but also still life is present. Direction. And also unity, like how we're like, okay, love and light, let's just focus on this area. But then that aspect is always with us as well. Ah, 3 of Fire. Wow. Yeah, definitely getting Hansel and Gretel vibes from this. Imagine you walk through the woods and then you see just a spark of fire from nowhere. You can see that it's forming a path. Would you follow it? I don't know if I would. Probably. I would want to. I'd be scared though. I'm just imagining that right now. You know what? I would. Yeah. And I'd like try to just keep repeating everything is one. There's no separation. It's all you. Just see where it leads. But there's definitely a part of me that's freaking out at the thought. Freak out. See how this is super realistic looking at that. The imagery, the illustration is so simple, but at the same time with that simplicity comes this beautiful, dynamic, realistic, beautiful just piece of craftsmanship. Because looking at this, I'm feeling the dynamic of the depth of the image. She's done a really good job of creating so much realness in life with her beautiful and simple. I don't even want to call it simple anymore looking at it. It's so beautiful. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like some people would make this fire look so real. And looking at it here, it's so simple. Yeah, I do want to call it simple and complex at the same time. I'm gonna stop because I could stay here forever. Oh my god, I love it so much. I'm so drawn to this card. 3 of Fire. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Wow. 4 of Fire. I like this. Five of Fire. Butterflies. Fly away, love. Fly away. 6 of Fire. Dragonflies. 7 of Fire. This one reminds me of some Bible I used to have. This is one of those cards that I'm a little bit like, I don't know. I don't know if I like it. So I'm excited to enjoy the evolution of my relation with that card and the energy that it represents. Baboons, 8 of Fire. Oh my god, have you seen, there's a video with a woman who speaks with animals, and then there's a part where she's with baboons, and you can, like, one of the baboons, they have a shot of one of the baboons and it sits down like a human being with its arm like on its leg, enjoying the view, looking back at the camera like, are you seeing this? And it's just amazing. I recommend checking it out. It's like a woman speaks with animals. Just search that and you'll find a woman with brown hair. It's like an hour long. Yeah, something like that. Ooh, I love this one. 9 of Fire. Ooh, baby, I love your way every day. Yeah, yeah. I wanna be with you night and day, every day. Yeah, yeah. I wanna be with you night and day. Oh baby, please. I feel like I'm getting purpose with this one, which is interesting because I really connect the purpose of life, purpose of existence with enjoyment. Because it's like you're enjoying the process, and when I see these berries and fruits and there's an abundance, there's I just want to indulge in it, be in a place where this is present and just enjoy life, you know, and have this available, which can also be very self-indulgent and even abusive. Entitled as well, but also just pleasurable, joyful, prosperous and abundant. 10 of Fire. Wow. Is that a bird or a person? In the red. This is beautiful. This can be so much like Memorial Day or just lighting candles. Yeah, it feels very much like a memorial kind of situation. Unity as well, coming together, ritual, practice, appreciation, observation. I want to call it something tethered, whatever that means, like a tethered soul, tethered experience, existence. The red line, the thread, the connection between the living and the unliving. I like how the forest, oh, I'm seeing some animals here now. Look at that, is that a wolf? Wow. And that looks so real, that's crazy. Yeah, there's a sense of unity with this. And I love that the lights here under, and the dark is like in the forests, and then there's some light up here from the snow on the trees. That's what it looks like. Messenger of fire. See where the best, there he is. A buck. Is that a shield? Oi, with the beetle on it. Whoa, that's trippy. This is something you would see, I would think of from Egypt, Kemet, that area. And here we have a blonde, light-skinned man with that in his hand. Is he a traveler? Or does he live in a different world than us? I don't know. Witch of fire. I want to see this up close. I love the burning of the herbs there. I love her necklace. See that as well. I love the snake. I love the snake. I love the candle. I love the smoke. I love her ring. Yeah, there's a beautiful simplicity to this deck that is rich. It's a rich simplicity is how I would put it. Because when you look at the imagery, you might be fooled. But someone might also look at it and just see the simplicity, you know, which is fine as well. It's all in you. Craftsman of fire. Goddess of fire. I love this one. I love the empty seat. It's probably just a stone, but it looks like it has some fabric over it. Multiple bowls. It's like she's holding space for others to join her. There's a simple cottage up there. The house has legs, chicken legs. Whoa. She's like a nomad, is what I get from that. She's magical. But the house could like just sit down and like if someone comes around that isn't ready to see that there's a house with chicken legs, then the house would turn to a regular house. And then when the person has moved on, then the house is free to move again. Ace of water. Wow.